So first of all, we believe that hybrid work is here to stay. And so even though we've seen populations at work, shift up over the last couple of years, long term, we're assuming that there's going to be some form of hybrid.
It's been called the Super Bowl of consumer conferences. ICR kicked off in Orlando, Florida this week, bringing together more than 250 industry leaders. One of them is Orazio Buzza. He is the founder and CEO of Fooda. It is a food services company that also specializes in food delivery. Orazio, welcome.
Yeah, great. Thanks for having me.
What is Fooda?
Yeah, good question. So we're a workplace food platform. Instead of cooking food on site, we work with restaurants. And so we combined a network of restaurants and a technology platform we call Fooda OS to deliver solutions for our clients in their workplaces.
So if I'm a client of Fooda, what services are available to me?
Absolutely. So we started primarily with mid-sized locations at around 500 people plus with what we call our pop-up program, where a restaurant comes on site and every day a new restaurant comes. And so that restaurant goes somewhere else. And then over the years, as we've grown, we've added group delivery programs to be able to address small and mid-sized populations. And then now we operate even full-blown cafeterias. Think large corporate campuses, hospitals, where there's 4,000 or 5,000 people plus at a location.
All right, and we definitely saw a shift in the pandemic. People were not working in the office. There was a big move to work from home or hybrid work environments. How did the business have to shift and evolve since that time?
Absolutely, yeah. So first of all, we believe that hybrid work is here to stay. And so even though we've seen populations at work, shift up over the last couple of years, long term, we're assuming that there's going to be some form of hybrid. Regarding how it shifted in the last 4 or 5 years, one is that I think before the pandemic, a lot of companies thought of on-site amenities and food programs as a way to focus on productivity, reason to have people not leave the office. Now it's a tool to have people come back into the office. So think the concept is earning the commute for those on-site days. And as part of that, it's really important for companies to have a compelling offering. And for us, that means making sure that we're working with great restaurant brands, authentic food, a great consumer experience that wants to make people come back in the office. So net, it just become more strategic. And for a lot of industries, food programs now are table stakes.
And you work with some pretty well-known companies. Can you tell us who you work with and how you support them?
Absolutely. So we work with about 2,500 clients across the country. And regardless of industry, we work with all kinds of industry and locations types, everything from corporations to hospital groups, government, military, industrial facilities. And so regardless of the type of company you're interested in employee recruitment, retention, and engagement. And so as part of that, we're helping companies roll out these programs across their portfolio of locations. And so that means having a consistent offering. That means making sure that they're proud of the restaurants and the food that they're serving to their employees. The kinds of companies we work for are everything from really large, call it Fortune 500 companies like Amazon, SpaceX, Southwest Airlines, some of the largest hospital groups across the country. But regardless of who you are, you're working with Fooda because you're looking to provide consistent offering across your locations at scale, and we can do that.
You're talking about being consistent, and when you're scaling at that level and giving or providing that much food, how do you maintain quality?
Absolutely. So we have a whole quality assurance program that restaurants have to go through as part of our onboarding process. And that includes everything from visiting their locations, managing and looking over their menu. Once they are live, we track a lot of QA statistics like getting there on time. Consumers are able to rate the food and provide feedback so we can manage, and make sure that the restaurants that provide the best quality continue to stay on our platform and provide that feedback when help is needed.
What do the logistics look like? Because it sounds like you're delivering a lot of food. How much food are you delivering? And how do you make sure that it gets managed and delivered?
Well, we're at scale at this point. We passed over $1 billion in our lifetime of sales on our platform about a year ago, and we're going to hit about $1.5 billion at some point in the next 3 or 4 months. So it's thousands and thousands and thousands of meals, per day. But most of the logistical execution is being done by the restaurants. So Fooda does not generally touch the food. We're empowering the restaurants on our network to be able to execute, and our software helps them do that. Everything from providing visibility way in advance in terms of where they need to go, helps them with not only logistics but procurement. They can use our tool to help schedule their teams. Our software is also AI enabled, and we use AI to be able to predict what the sales are going to be at any given site on any given day. And so restaurants receive that information. They know how much to cook of what items on their menu so that they can optimize the opportunity.
And what are some themes that you're noticing here at ICR?
Oh, that's a good question. I just got here. So the thing that I'm noticing is affordability is top of mind on the consumer side. So I've heard that already a handful of times. I've heard the return to work and how it's continuing to evolve. I don't think that we've seen the end of that transition. So those are two things that relate to our business that I've also heard while being here.
And what is next for Fooda?
We're continuing to scale. So right now we're focused on the domestic market. We're going deeper in the cities and that we're in. We're getting ready to announce a new product. We're going to be releasing what we call Fooda Card, which is a meal card that clients can use to manage their food spend. So not only at Fooda locations, but it can be used at third-party restaurants. But at the same time, it ties into our subsidy engine, which allows clients to determine geofencing of where the card can be used around their locations, budgets, types of restaurants. And so we're really excited about that product.
All right, Orazio Buzza, founder and CEO of Fooda. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Ashley.